can't see any other way around it. If you're in the market for a new car in 2024, there truly is no better time to buy a Tesla new or used than in 2024. Take it from me, I've owned my sweet Tesla Model 3 since late 2020. And you might be wondering, why am I so confident that this is the case? Well, that is the purpose of today's video. I'm here to deliver the latest facts and points that are the biggest barriers against Tesla EVs, such as price, range, and public charging. For example, have you seen how cheap it is to buy a used Tesla Model 3 in 2024? Almost half the price of its new self, with almost 5 years battery/motor warranty remaining. Yeah, more on that later. Did you know the best-selling car of 2023 is expected to be the Tesla Model Y? Not surprised, it's a hit with the families thanks to its utility and luggage space. Or do you pick the fully upgraded 2024 Tesla Model 3 that's simply oozing with tech and spec, usually found in more premium and luxury cars? You mustn't forget that there are new government incentives in 2024 that you can harness for your own benefit, just like the point of sale grants in the US. And finally, a 99.5% reliable, bigger and better Tesla supercharger network, the best it's been at any point in history. The compelling reasons to buy or lease a Tesla in 2024 are harder to resist than at any point before. So without wasting any more time, I produced this video to help you in your decision-making process, even just to raise awareness of what a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y has to offer to you for your own circumstances, just against the biggest hesitations it's faced over the past few years. So before I kickstart the video, I appreciate if you could just drop the video a cheeky like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as it really just helps me out. Right, let's get into it. Let's kickstart with probably the most anticipated point amongst those most hesitant. Let's talk about vehicle range and charging speed. Strictly speaking, most of you don't realise that a majority of you will have access to home charging, meaning round trips of over 100% are few and far between. For personal reflection, the ratio of home charging to supercharging for me was 95 to 5%. Anyway, for those range-hungry customers that do rightly demand more for their circumstances, a new Tesla Model 3 long range can now take you 421 miles, which works out to roughly 7 hours of continuous driving at an average speed of 60 miles per hour. Even if you get 360 miles real-world range, that's still going to be 6 hours of continuous driving before you need to combine your charging with sleep, food, or both. Even then, you can get 175 miles back in 15 minutes too. For the Tesla Model Y, the range argument is exaggerated even more so. The long range sits at an EPA rated of 331 miles combined, and if we directly compare it to a similar all-wheel drive BMW X3, how far do you think that the combined range of the BMW is? 400 miles, 500 miles, 550 miles? Good question, and one that many people apparently don't tend to ask of petrol cars, as even I struggled to find the answer online. Thanks to Google Bard, the answer is 356 miles combined. That's between the city and highway rated figures. Now answer this, how many people do you know turn down a car just because of 25 extra miles? In 2024, Tesla offered the best combination of range and access to the supercharger network, which from 2023 data here in the UK has an average uptime of 99.5%. Plus there is a steady increase in the number of charging bays installed across the year, as these graphs detail. That should be everything you want to hear when stepping into the unknown. A reliable service, greater charging selection, and some of the cheapest public charging costs available. You can comfortably rely on the Tesla supercharger network in 2024 and beyond. It only gets bigger and better from here. Moving on to affordability. In 2024, buying a used Tesla is probably the best time there has ever been when it comes to value for buck. Back in 2020, used Teslas lost very little value, if any. Nowadays, with the availability of new Teslas and the high interest environment, buying a used Tesla from Tesla can result in a car that's just 3 years and 4 months old, costing as little as £22,890 with 55,000 miles on the clock. That's almost half the price of its original retail price, plus you still have a battery and motor warranty for another 4 years and 9 months or 44,000 miles. When prices are this low, this brings in an audience that may have wanted a Tesla for years, but the higher new retail prices and the lack of a $25,000/$25,000 Tesla compact car has simply prevented ownership, but also interest from the used car market. At some point, when the general public understand that they can drive over 25,000 miles for around £350 like I have, also have no annual servicing requirements to visit a garage each year, and so maintenance requirements are very little, as there simply is less things to go wrong on the car compared to a normal petrol car. It won't be long before the true value will be understood by consumers, and I think it'll be led by businesses and car fleets like local taxi firms, taking advantage of more up days and lower maintenance costs, and above all, the vastly cheaper running costs. Whilst these cars are used, they still receive software updates too. Therefore, they're still gaining new features like greater winter efficiency enhancements and speed camera awareness and more. In 2024, obtaining a cheaper Tesla Model 3 can be achieved via the used route and with the insurance of battery warranty on qualifying listings. There is value for money, and at crucially, what risk? What a way to bag a start to your EV journey at a low entry point too. It's not just used Teslas that will gather attention. If you haven't already seen, the Tesla Model 3 has been upgraded with over 50% of its parts changed. The interior has seen most of the changes, but even the exterior has seen some upgrades, including a much more comfortable suspension setup. Full details can be found in my video on the screen now, but ultimately this new Tesla Model 3 has features you typically find in a Model S or more premium offerings. I'm specifically talking about the ventilated seats and rear interior screen as standard, and the new interior materials. In 2024, this car has evolved, with Tesla addressing concerns raised by some of their biggest critics, so there literally is less to complain or be picky about than before. It even has more range. Oh, did I mention it's cheaper to buy than new than ever before too? My only criticism that I do have, and I suspect with great confidence that this is temporary, the high interest rate charged at 9% is vastly different to the 4% charged on the Model Y. Once they can deliver these Model 3s in numbers, I do hope more attractive finance deals are made available to entice new buyers. I for one am waiting to see what Tesla has to offer here over 2024 as a whole. Oh, and the US is rumoured to see the Tesla Model 3 from as early as the first quarter of 2024. Therefore, US fans, watch this space. It could be heading to a showroom near you very soon. Finally, in 2024, UK buyers like me have very little tax/government grant incentives to take advantage of unless you are a business customer. However, that's not always the case. Depending on your location, for example in the US, they have introduced the EV grant from a point of sale perspective, and this means car dealers can transfer tax credits for new and used EVs directly at the point of sale, ensuring that you can benefit instantly from these incentives. I'm not an expert on this kind of thing, so you do need to do your own research behind it, but if you do qualify, this should speed up accessibility to the grant, as you can take the federal incentive as a cash discount when you buy the car. Therefore, always do your research to see what incentives are available to you in your home country. If you do qualify, be wary that government incentives can be seized overnight. So try not to dither and delay if you are a serious buyer to prevent disappointment. So to conclude, the biggest hesitations of buying your first EV, whether that be price, range, or charging options, are quickly vaporizing. These are improving year by year, and 2024 marks the best time to buy, with greater choice of Tesla vehicles on offer, more used options to buy, and more supercharging points to rely on. And I think 2024 will be another great year that many more consumers and business owners will welcome a Tesla to their front doorstep as their daily commuter, simply because Tesla is eradicating any and all hesitations that its biggest critics have, and for good reason. So, did today's video help you at all, and has this got you hyped up to buying a Tesla? And if so, take a look at the video on the screen now. I also want to know in the comment section below what's preventing you from buying a Tesla in 2024. And if you got this far in the video and you just want to let me know you got this far, drop me the comment 2024 year of Tesla, and I'll give you a cheeky thumbs up for the support. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, or anyone else that may find it beneficial. You folks have been great, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.